This is the song of the week. Okay, so this recording is all about the French, and there's just this big fear about singing in French. And there is a good reason why, because it is confusing. The number one thing that is confusing about it is some of the letters don't get spoken or sung, they get lopped off. That's a terrible way to say it, but they get lopped off. The word du, this is the second word in the entire book, entire song of Elegie, is Deux. Now, what do you think? How do you think that would be pronounced? In our American English, it would be dukes. Why wouldn't it be? Or dokes, or what is that OU? I don't even know. It's a million different things in English. In French, OU is always OU, the most round, beautiful, pure OU vowel. Now, I just said pure OU vowel. So this is why I love French so much, because we're talking about pure vowels here. And that's one of my Fab Five focuses. So you are, oh man, this is like wax on, wax off. You don't even realize where you're getting all of these benefits, and they combine together. It's really great. The second most difficult thing that people think is difficult in French is the nasals. How do I treat the nasals? Well, the nasals have different vowels that shape them, and so we're going to write those in accordingly so that you know. I'm going to make a little key for you on the front so that you know what my scribbling means, and I think that'll help. It's going to be mostly IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet, but I'm going to tweak it slightly because I don't want it to be just another language you have to learn. I want it to be kind of user-friendly, and a lot of it is, but I might do, instead of OO being a U, instead I'll probably just do an OO. We all know that's OO. So I will bring that to you for sure. It'll help you so much. Today, I'm just going to speak it. I just want you to listen to it over and over again. I'll give you space in between each phrase or in between each word so that you can take time with each word and just let it happen. Lots of purity in here, lots of pure vowels, no diphthongs whatsoever. Diphthong is like hey, hi. We have all of that in our language. And it's not necessarily that we're hicks. That's not what that is. I always thought that meant that I was, an uneducated country girl or something. No, there are diphthongs in other languages, just not in French. So here we go. All right, I'm going to explain as I go one time through, and then I will just record so that you can practice. I might do that separately, actually, just to make it easier for you to get to. Okay, O, that is just a beautiful, pure, it's not O, no diphthongs, remember. O, du, I didn't move my mouth that much, did I? O, du, printemps. So the N and M inside a word are almost always going to be nasalized. They can be outside a word too. They have to have two, you have to have two N's or two M's, or be at the beginning of a word to pronounce it. So, but I'll just feed it to you so that you'll know which ones. I think it's going to be mostly nasals. They both have this nasal sound, like you're saying you're just in your nose, but then the vowel shapes it. I is an ah sound, and it is wide and in your face. Pra, look at my mouth. Pra, ton, really nice and dropped. It's an ah. E vowel is ah. Doesn't make any sense, so we're going to just cross off the E, put in an A vowel or AH, and nasalize it. Printemps. Do, AU is O. It is the dark, beautiful, rich, pure O. Doesn't look like it. AU? No, doesn't look like it. But just remember that's what it is, because it's always that. Tre, schwa. Remember schwa from choir? D'autres fois. OI is wa. I'll put all of that in a key so you can see it all in one little thing. Verte, saison, saison. saison. The O in nasal is like own, like I own this house. Saison. And the second you nasalize it, it takes on this other sound. And listen how beautiful it sounds when you sing it. Verte saison. I'm stuck in my nose, but my backspace is open and free. My jaw's dropped, and it just makes this killer sound. It's like there's a mute on the voice. It's really cool. Next word, vous, really round oo, and we elide. Vous avez. So this vous by itself would just be vous, no S. But we connect it together with the next word, and we do use the S in a Z sound. Vous avez. Okay? But we don't use the Z in avez. We don't do that. We do ave. Because we're not eliding to the next word. This has so much to do with French having no glottal sound. None of that. In German we have that. In English we have it. We don't mind having separation in between each word. We don't want that in French. It's all gliding together. There's a lot of gliding, and that's what makes this really hard. It's probably the number 3 thing of it being difficult. Vous avez fui. Fui. It's just a sound that you have to get used to saying. It's not fui, except if you did that would be fine. But it's kind of like right there in the middle of your teeth, like you're whistling through your teeth. Fui, pour toujours. Those are all the same vowel, so you can just keep your mouth in the same place. Pour toujours. That J in the middle, I don't want to forget that. That J is a J sound. Toujours. Je ne choisis. Je ne vois plus le ciel bleu. You have 4. You have 4 schwas in that phrase. So I recommend that you underline these schwas because they should come back to that same sound every time. It's the sound. It's dark. It's low. It's not There are a lot of choices we can make because we've heard a lot. I mean, we do a lot of different sounds in English, especially American English. This is You've got your lips puckered and you're really making an effort to make it dark and rich. And also at the same time, it's usually the unaccented syllable, so it's not in your face at the same time. Je ne vois plus le ciel bleu. So I really like to underline all of those so that I just go right back to, that's a schwa, it's underlined. Je n'entends plus les, not les, not le, les chants joyeux. The O-Y is just like O-I, wa. And you have a little je, that beautiful J sound at the beginning of it. Joyeux. And then the second syllable is just ye. It's just a schwa with a little ye at the beginning. No X. Des oiseaux. We are combining those two together because that's an article, the birds. Oiseau. So we combine it together. The birds. We sort of do it too, but it just is easier. Des oiseaux. E-A-U-X is O. Why don't they just write O? Because it's beautiful. It looks beautiful. The text looks gorgeous. But we can just cross it all off. Don't scribble it out because you want to be able to see it and kind of memorize that that's going to be O for your next French song. And then just put an O up there. Seriously, that's all it is an O. En emportant. These are elided as well. En emportant. En emportant. And just go slowly, one word at a time. En emportant. This is how you practice it for a week, separately from the song. Makes such a difference. Mon bonheur. That's an sound. It just is affected by the N and the R. Bonheur. Au bien-aimé. Bien-aimé. Tu t'en es allé. And there's some question whether that T is elided. Let's not do it. And I think I sang it with a T. So you can do either one because the rule changed somewhere along the way. I don't think either are wrong, actually. You know, the French rules change. They rule something out and they put something in, and it's they're a people of rules for sure. Tu t'en es allé. See, but that has a glottal. I'm gonna say, let's put the T back in. Tu t'en es allé. I like the old way. Et c'est en vain. C apostrophe E-S-T is c'est. It is a really open E. Et is bright. Et c'est en vain que revient le printemps. You had that word before. We sont. Have you heard Parisians say we? Because they have a different way of saying we, but it is we in high French. It's we. We sont retour avec toi. Now I used flipped, rolled something, some version of a flipped or rolled R. You don't have to do that. You can do the slightest little flip because in spoken French, it's this a really beautiful, very light glottal. I mean uvular R. Well, we can't do that when we sing because it affects the voice. It hurts, dries out the voice when we're singing. We sont retour avec toi. Very flipped. Le gai soleil. That's lay. There's a little y at the end of it. It's okay if it's not there. If you go soleil, that's fine too. It's just a little more French sounding when you have the J glide, they call it, the ya. Les jours, no S, rien, no S, sont partis, no S. No S's on any of those. Come, like come. Come en mon cœur. And O-E-U, that vowel combination is the vowel, the vowel with a lot more passion in it. There's like an extra little bleh to it because it means heart, and so it's a little bit more dramatic. Cœur versus cœur. It's open and free, and you're using your whole mouth to make that sound. Just mess around with it. It's really fun. Tout est, we're going to combine those together. Tout est sombre. Tout est sombre. Glacé. The only vowel that is really, really super bright A vowel, very closed A vowel, is that last one that has the accent on it. Glacé. That one gets the A, that's almost like an E sound. Last few words. Tout est flétri. Here's that vowel again. Tout est flétri. Pour toujours, which we've sung before as well. Now, I'm sorry that took so long, but I didn't want to leave any stone unturned, and the next video is just going to be me saying the words all the way down. So I wanted to explain. I did skip over a couple things I could have talked more about, but I don't want you to get bored and feel like this is the longest video ever. Okay, here is the next video, and it's just the words. You can just repeat after me, just like a French language class.